What's up guys, Papa goes back in the nest, and welcome to Bad North Part 7, the Epilogue. So I wanted to start doing this with all the playthroughs that I'm going to have happen on my channel, where I basically go over the stats of everything that happened through our playthrough. Some games it might be harder than others, but Bad North it was really easy. So they give you the stats of basically all your commanders, their soldiers lost, the kills on all sorts of enemy types, and I had to do some simple calculations at the end for things like total kills, total enemies killed, KD ratio, and percent of everyone killed, or percent of all kills, that the commander contributed to. But it was pretty easy actually. So I came up with this table here, but no one wants to look at that. So I used my college degree in training, of course, to actually build some pretty nice graphs. So here are the charts. This top one shows commanders by percent of all kills. So what's actually kind of cool here is you can see Wilbur, our boy with the Philosopher's Stone, an elite archer, as you can see actually up here. Yep, archer elite. Hello! Wilbur got 23.46% of all the kills that all my commanders contributed to. And if you want to see that actual number, Wilbur killed 857 of the enemy Vikings attacking our land, which I think is actually pretty sick. The lowest commander is Oscar with only 3.94%, but that makes sense because he was a pike that I got really late in the game, and I didn't use the pikes that much. I mean, look, Leslie and Diefed, actually Diefed's kind of a tank, but overall I didn't really use the pikes too much. Now our next chart over here, most soldiers lost versus archers killed. So I kept mentioning in the playthrough how I hate the archers, like, they cause me so many issues. They give me anxiety and they make me angry. Anyway, I decided to see if there was any sort of correlation basically between soldiers lost and archers killed. And there kind of is. It obviously depends on who you are and how I used you. Like Donaghy, I used as a counter archer sniper. So he killed a ton of archers, but also lost quite a few soldiers compared to everybody else, The pikes I largely had to run away from archers. Leslie actually killed no archers, but got killed by them. So it's kind of interesting just to check it out. Varney basically had to go ham. I sent him into every single archer mass. So that's kind of my bad. He was a big tank for the playthrough, as you guys can go back and see. Surdik actually had kind of a banger KD, and Diefed had the opposite, where Diefed got boned by archers. Surdik boned on the archers. Anyway, just some interesting stuff. Our next two charts here, we have commanders by KD. Surdik, our man with 21.7 as his kills over death ratio. That basically means that he killed 21 Vikings for each of the soldiers of his that got killed. Next up we have Edna at a flat 19, then Wilbur at 18. I mean, you can see I really like to use my archers well. If you want to look at the actual numbers behind the KD, Surdik killed 152 enemies and only lost 7 soldiers. An absolute god among archers for sure. Our last chart here that I put together is KD by commander class. So I wanted to see who got treated the worst out of everybody. And as you can see, the infantry, as is their job, they're supposed to be the tanks, often got hit by the most trucks, the most arrows, the most brute smacks. Archers on average had 16 KD, pikes had an average of 11.9, which is basically 12, and the infantry had 5.8, which is around 6. For the next section, I wanted to go over the meta stats, and this is basically how the videos did. I thought it would be interesting to let you guys see some things that I pull from my analytics. I don't know if y'all care too much, but I always find analytics pretty interesting, stats in the game and out of the game. So just to reiterate or go over some of them, video number 4 did the best by far in terms of views with 393, almost 400, which is honestly pretty crazy. But the interesting thing is, this video had the least average view duration, which makes sense. There's a lot of new people coming. If they don't like it, they're going to click off. And the lowest average percentage viewed, which is kind of interesting. They still had the highest watch time though because of sheer numbers. 393 is 3 times the next one, of course. The one with the highest average view duration was number 6, the finale, at 4 minutes 11 seconds. And the average percentage viewed was 37%. This one only clocked a watch time of 3.2 hours though, which is still good. It was just it only got 45 views as compared to some of the bigger ones. And on average, each video got 120 views, mostly because this outlier here would be much closer to around 90 or so without it. Or I mean, like, you know, 75 or something. The average amount of likes, 8.6, 8 2/3 likes. Can't count thirds, but kind of cool. Average view duration was 2 minutes 47 seconds, which is honestly pretty good. I'm very happy with that, considering most of the videos were 8 to 11 minutes, I'm pretty sure. So I'm actually really pleased with that. Average percentage viewed, 26.58%. I think that's pretty good. A quarter of the video on average was viewed. I'm pretty dang happy with that. And total watch time, 4.4 hours. I have no frame of reference for 4.4 hours, so I'm just going to choose to be happy with it. Anyway, so that's basically the epilogue for the Bad North playthrough. I had a ton of fun with it. I think we're going to lay it to rest, though. Leave a comment if you want to see some more challenges with Bad North or anything like that, or you're ready to move on to the next thing. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching the playthrough. I hope you enjoyed it a lot like I did. And get ready for our next one next Friday. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day. I'll see y'all next time.